Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, and Marvel Rivals mid-season 1 update patch notes has just been leaked ahead of the official release. So, I'm actually quoting this article here, link is in the video description, and of course the actual source comes from XOXLeak, which is a well-known Twitter account for sharing Marvel Rivals leaks. So, what is actually in these leaked patch notes? Keep in mind that these may not be the actual changes that occur when the game actually patches on February 21st. As far as I remember, that's the date that this is happening. But we can take a look at what is being planned. Maybe they're trolling the leakers, maybe not, but if you want to have a look at what's ahead, let's go through it together. First and foremost, supports are getting nerfed. Alright, this will be later on in the patch notes, and divers are getting buffed. Venom, for example, is having his Frenzied Arrival ability, alright, now cause an inward knockback at a 75-degree angle. This means that when he uses his ultimate, he is going to knock enemies toward the center of it, which will make it more effective in controlling enemy positioning. However, the ultimate energy cost has also been reduced, so he needs to build up for less time before he can go, "We are Venom." Alright? For Captain America, what they've done is that they've improved the defensive utility of Absolute Will, and you can actually use it while jumping. Additionally, his Vibranium Energy Saw is going to be much faster than before. The projectile speed has been increased from 60 meters per second to 80 meters per second, and the ejection speed after a hit has increased from 100 meters per second to 150 meters per second. If we remember what happened with Storm's projectiles the last time the speed was buffed, this is probably going to be quite insane to see in the actual game. Now for Thor, the Rune of Awakening ability no longer has a cooldown after its duration ends. They've removed the cooldown after the Rune of Awakening skill duration ends, so this will help Thor use it more frequently. So there you go. Groot's wall placement has actually been slightly extended. So previously he had a wall placement range of 15 meters, he's going to have a wall placement range of 18 meters, so you'll be able to lock enemy teams away from a longer distance, which is pretty cool. Magneto's primary attack has been buffed for more damage, but the energy cost of his curtain ability has been raised. Primary attack damage increased from 35 to 40, curtain energy cost increased from 50 to 65. Duration has been adjusted from 2 to 1.5 seconds. Okay. Now, Doctor Strange has actually been nerfed a little bit. His base hit points have been lowered from 650 down to 600. All right, because he is one of the strongest tanks in the game, so I can see that change coming in. Iron Fist is a bit wild, all right? Those people that already struggle to deal with Iron Fist might struggle to deal with him a little bit more. Although his damage has received a nerf, he's received a buff to his survivability. So take a look at this. Iron Fist has received multiple changes, including a higher base hit point count and stronger healing from Harmony Recovery. However, some of his combo attacks have been toned down. Harmony Recovery's bonus hit points provided has increased from 50 to 150, and the hit points decay at 25 per second. So you can really store up a lot of bonus hit points and then go ham. Dragon's defense hit points converted from blocking has increased from 150 to 200. Also, his base hit points have been increased from the original 250 to 300, so he's gonna get real tanky real fast. Jeet Kundo's first, second, and fifth attack damage has been reduced from 32 down to 30. Third and fourth damage has been reduced from 16 to 15. And the sixth damage has been reduced from 55 down to 50. So overall, he's going to be hitting for less. The cooldown time of each hit to reduce the combo attack has been increased from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. All right. And the damage of each hit of the Sun Punch has been decreased from 19 per hit to 10. Each hit of the Sun-shaped punch adds 1.7% of the opponent's maximum health as damage, so he's going to be a little bit more of a tank shredder than he was before. However, those who had trouble dealing with him, I don't know, this kind of makes him really tanky, so it is kind of the era of divers right now, and I'm kind of afraid to actually see these changes get, put into the game. Now, for Mr. Fantastic, his Flexible Elongation ability now has a larger spell field and knocks enemies outward. His Brainiac bounce damage has been increased, but at a higher energy cost. Mr. Fantastic's Flexible Elongation goes from 2.5 to 5 meters, and now knocks enemies outward after he lands it. All right. The charge, however, has been increased from 8 seconds per charge to 10 seconds per charge. That's the one where he, grabs them and goes boing. Okay, Brainiac Bounce, the damage has been increased from 50 to 70, but the energy cost has been increased from 2,800 to 3,400. The damage fall off, it starts decaying at 3 meters to a maximum of 50 damage at 10 meters. So Brainiac Bounce, I'm not sure if they added the damage fall off. I think it was always there, but either way, now you know the range. Okay, Iron Man's Unibeam is getting a power boost. You might say, hold on, wait a second, he's already shredding me, but yeah. Take note, the Unibeam's damage goes from 120 damage per second to 140 per second. All right, so 2 seconds of being Unibeamed is enough to murder most duelists. The Armor Overdrive Unibeams increased from 180 per second to 190 per second. So he's getting buffed in terms of that. I don't know if they're reducing his Gamma boost, but I hope so. Okay, for Hawkeye, Hawkeye's health is slightly increased, and his explosive arrow damage is reduced to balance things out. His ultimate also charges faster now, but that was already a problem before, so Hawkeye's seeing buffs. His base health has gone from 250 to 275. The explosive arrow damage decreases from 20 to 15. Spell field damage increased from 25 to 32. Crescent Slash cooldown has been decreased from 15 seconds down to 12 seconds, and the ultimate bow charge speed is accelerated. Draw speed increased from 1.2 to 1.35. So in terms of his ultimate being charged faster, I think they mean that it's not his ultimate, as in his ultimate ability that charges faster, but rather his bow charge speed during his ultimate is increased. That's what this appears to tell me. If I'm wrong, please feel free to tell me in the comments. Okay, Storm. Storm's range damage is getting toned down slightly, but her team aura now provides a better damage boost. The Windblade's damage at 30 meters has been reduced from 70% down to 60%. The self boost from her aura, the self boost to her damage goes from 16% down to 12%, and the team boost goes from 8% to 10%. The Goddess boost for Thunder, the self boost damage has been increased from 30% to 25%. I think they mean decreased, because you can't increase from 30% to 25%, but okay. So they are decreasing her damage a little bit, because she was pretty strong. Star-Lord is getting a slight nerf in terms of his ultimate cost. It's now going from 1,200 up to 1,800, so do take note of that. Thank God, because he was going legendary way too often. Scarlet Witch's ultimate now gives her a temporary HP boost on cast, but it quickly delays if interrupted or ended. So she gains 100 bonus hit points, which is applied on cast, and decays at 50 per second after interrupting or ending. Spider-Man's web shooters receive a buff, decreasing the recharge time, so, instead of taking 3 seconds to recharge, it's now 2.5 seconds, so Spidey will be a bit more of a threat. Moon Knight's ultimate ability has received a significant nerf. The ultimate Khonshu's fist speed has been reduced. They've also corrected the damage logic, removed 75 damage from being in the middle of the spell field. Each fist now does 150 damage, however, up from 75. So do take note of that. However, with the fist speed reduction, hopefully we'll have time to actually get out of the way when he says, "The moon haunts you." Black Widow's ultimate has also received a nerf, but her rifle ammo capacity has been increased. So her rifle ammo capacity is now 15, and her ultimate slowdown effect has been reduced from 80% to 55%, which should help people out a little bit. Magic's ultimate cost has been reduced with some tweaks to her abilities. Ultimate cost goes from 3,700 to 3,400, so she'll be Dark Childing a lot more often. That being said, the Eldritch Whirl will see its damage decrease from 45 down to 40, and the Demon's Rage damage decrease from 80 per second to 72 per second. So do take note of that. This is only in her normal form. I don't know if it applies to her ultimate form as well. I would hope so, because otherwise we're all going to die. Hela's Soul Drainer ability seems to be getting a slight nerf. Soul Drainer damage fall off at 30 meters goes from 70% to 80%. Okay, Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock's Soul Bond ability has received a buff. The healing will now be 15 per second. His primary fire's damage has also been increased from 55 to 60, with 60% damage fall off at 40 meters, up from 50% damage fall off. So there is more damage fall off. Is that what they're saying? I think so. At 40 meters, but his primary fire's damage has been increased. Cloak and Dagger's ultimate cost has been increased with a bunch of tweaks and updates on the ability set. The ultimate cost went from 3,400 to 4,000. This is a whopping change because it is literally going to take you quite a bit of extra time to charge her ultimate up from what it was before. That being said, it was pretty damn dangerous before. The dash lanes and the fog that heals duration has been decreased from 10 seconds down to 8 seconds. The pause between dashes has been reduced, so she'll dash more frequently faster, from 1 second down to 6.07 seconds. The healing effect of the dash lanes no longer stacks, and only one lane works when overlaid on each other. So, you can't super heal people by being on these lanes. Rather, if we use the dash lanes as they are intended, or only one works, without overlaying them, that's the best way. So try to cover as much ground as possible. Also, for the Terra Cape, the vulnerability on enemies has been increased though. All right, it went from 20% to 28%, so she should be seeing more of a Zenyatta role. All right, well, she/he will be seeing more of a Zenyatta role in debuffing enemies. Luna Snow's ultimate has gone from 4,000 to 4,500. This is a 12.5% increase in the charge up time, so it will take Luna Snow a lot longer to get her ultimate ability. Take note of this, as it will change team fights. Loki's ultimate ability cost has also been increased from 3,400 to about 4,000, but his ammo has increased from 10 to 12. All right, so all supports are getting nerfed this time round, and it's looking rough. 3 support may not be the comp anymore, but we'll see how that goes. Mantis's ultimate bonus hit points have also been reduced from 100 down to 75. Invisible Woman's ultimate cost has been increased, though much more marginally than all the other characters out there. Her ultimate cost has been increased from 4,000 to 4,300, so do take note of that. Team up ability changes. Okay, the Gamma Unibeam damage has been nerfed, and the Hulk's HP gain from being an anchor has been reduced from 150 to 100. Psionic Disc Rewind teleport time has been reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Bonus hit point conversion has been increased, so you'll get more out of this, but for less time being rewound. Full Moon has a potentially unconfirmed 25 per second healing effect, and the Symbiote Bond skill time has been reduced from 4 seconds down to just 1 second, and you have complete invincibility during the duration. Frozen Chi will have the healing increase from 50 to 75, and enemy slow effect has been increased from 20% to 30%. And that's all the changes, all right? I'm looking forward to seeing how these changes will work out on the 21st, and of course, I'll check the actual patch notes on the day. Let me know how you're finding my streams. Let me know how you're finding my content. I will have some tip videos and all that kind of stuff coming very soon. Look forward to my Marvel Rivals content, all right? Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a good time. I'll see you all on the next one soon, okay? And don't forget to tune in when I'm killing stuff. Catch you later. Oh, and let me know what you think of these changes if they come true.